touchdown. One small step for man, one giant leap for Section 42, and what the heck? Whoa! What's up, everybody, and welcome to StarMade. This is space. We are in space. We're in this awesome little shuttlecraft that I built. I'll just go ahead and show you guys around. This is a cool little shuttle. I based this off of a shuttle that the original concept shuttle for the Star Trek Next Generation. It's kind of cool. It's a little bigger than a shuttle that you would expect to be. But basically, if you've never heard of StarMade before, and not a lot of people have heard about it, it's a fairly new game. It's still in alpha, but it's basically like Minecraft in space. And because here at King's Cube we're all about voxel games, I decided to include StarMade in our videos. I'm big into StarMade. I love StarMade. It's so much fun. Let's see here. This right here, this is the core. Whenever, I'll just go ahead and zoom in here. Whenever playing StarMade, whenever building a ship in StarMade, building ships is one of the primary focuses of StarMade. You start off building with a core. Start off every build with a core block. The core block is the heart of the ship. It is what, it's pretty much the ship, and everything else put onto that block is in addition to the ship. So if that block gets destroyed, at least in this current version of the game, if that block gets destroyed, then you're screwed. The whole ship is totally destroyed because there's nothing to control the ship. It's kind of like in if anybody's ever played the Archimedes ship mod in Minecraft, that is your controller block. Without that block, then the whole thing doesn't work, and it's just a floating hunk of junk in space. Speaking of space, this is huge. Space is massive. This just recent update created the map. The map is huge. It's so huge. This is our star system right here. Let's see, what's it called? It is, oh yeah, I forgot. It's a completely and ridiculously unpronounceable name. I can't even pronounce it. It's ridiculous. But it's owned by my faction called Section 42, because 42 is the answer to everything. Anyway, so as you can see, this is just one block of system right here, and within this system there's a smaller block which is called a sector, and that sector is each system is made up of well, I don't know the exact number, but it's made up of a whole bunch of different sectors, and these sectors have a chance of spawning different stuff in them, and based on because of the new system settings, or the new system map and everything, or the new universe, they actually have specific locations where different things spawn. Like the yellow circles are the orbits where asteroids can spawn, and then the smaller, or the purple rings, are where the planets can spawn. And we actually have one planet currently that we have set up with a really cool space elevator. Space elevators are cool because they're just really fun to go up and down. Anyway, now this is the scale of the universe. I'm currently on the very, very edge of the galaxy, but there is a galaxy. It's huge. It's massive. But it's basically It's like the largest I've seen in a voxel game. How much space you can use. Like, this is ridiculous. Every one of these dots on the map is a star system, and around those star systems are planets, and and asteroids and all sorts of different stuff. Anyway, each one of those colored boxes, those are factions, different factions that have taken claim to each one of those star systems. So this is, and just so you know, we are currently playing on the Mushroom Fleet server. Mushroom Fleet is a YouTube channel run by a guy named Tamino. He is really cool, and he's allowed a lot of different YouTubers to come on his channel, or on his server, and record StarMade on his server. We have a whole bunch of different YouTubers, like let's see, we have Saber here, we have Raven, Dalmont, just to name a few. There's a whole bunch of different YouTubers on this channel. Naturally, they're all StarMade YouTubers. Not very many of them do Minecraft all that much, or other voxel games, but this game is huge. It's massive. And I wanted to make this game part of our channel because I see it possibly becoming one of those huge YouTubing games in the future, and I wanted to be part of that. So here we are. Anyway, so let's whoops. Oopsie. Anyway, let's see, where are we? Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we're going to go jump in the core block here, and I am going to show you around our sector. Okay, so now I'm in my ship. Kind of show you what it looks like from the outside. It's kind of a cool little ship. It's so awesome. It's like a shuttle. It literally looks just like the shuttle from Star Trek, except it's a little bit wider and it's a lot bigger. It has like a ramp on the bottom right there. It's cool. Let's see here. Of course, this is definitely not the biggest ship I've ever made. This is actually one of the smaller ships that I've made. In fact, it's so small that I actually had trouble trying to get all of the utility blocks to work properly. So the thing definitely doesn't have the greatest systems in the universe, but it's still fun. It's a nice little ship, has a pretty good sized interior to float around in. So, but that's what we're going to be using today. So, all right, let's go back down here. All right, now we're going to show that there's the star. That's the star of our system. Once again, the system is unpronounceable. I am not even going to try. Anyway, over here we have, this is our station so far. Apophis had actually created that station. He built that thing in one night with the new tools that have been given to us by Schema, the creator of this game. Schema, I think he's a little too nice to us, but Apophis built the station in literally one night. There's a few things that we've added since he finished it. Like I built the biodome on the top here. The biodome is really cool. It's got a little garden in there. It's almost Minecraft style looking. Let's see if I can look at that real quick. It's so cool. Alright, hopefully nobody's getting dizzy from all my turnings. But then yeah, he added that, and he also added the 42 on the side. If you can see that very well, you can kind of see it. But yeah, 42s on the side of the ring, and anyway. But so let's go ahead and show you some of these ships. Alright, so right here, the big yellow thing right here, that kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. Let's go ahead and try and get around to the front of it. You'll instantly recognize it, I bet. Unless you've never seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, You probably won't recognize it, but I have constructed Deep Thought, the massive computer that calculates the answer to the ultimate question. I thought it fitting, you know. I thought it fitting that we should have Deep Thought in our faction, if our faction is going to be named Section 42. I figured it'd be it was fitting, very fitting. Anyway, we got a bunch of ships over here. All of these other ships right here next to Deep Thought, these were all built by Apophis. Every one of these ships. Let's see, he's got the 2 ships right here. Those 2 ships are actually brand new ships that he's built. I think one is called the Centurion and the other one is called the Chariot, I think. And then over here we have this actually helped him build. I did the interior part of it. This is the what was it called again? The Rapier. The Rapier is that's a pretty nice ship. It flies really cool looking and it's just really nice. And then over here we have the Primus, I believe. Yeah. The Primus. Primus, yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's a pretty cool looking ship. And then we have the jump ship that he built. He actually built that in an hour. And then over here we've got some logic stuff that we've been toying around with. Apophis was trying to create a clock with a logic system in the game. The logic in this game is similar to Redstone in a way, because it works kind of like Redstone. And over here we've got Seventh. Seventh has been playing with us on StarMade too, and he's been having some fun with it too. And he built this. He built this. What's it? He built this super shuttle. And there's actually something funny I want to show you inside the super shuttle. I'll go ahead and jump into build mode. Build mode's cool. This is really cool. Probably one of the most defining features of StarMade is the ability to jump into build mode. And in build mode, you can fly around in free cam mode, or free cam, non-physical free cam mode, and you can fly through blocks, and you were able to build freely without having to worry about having to jump on things and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. It's like being in spectator mode in Minecraft, but you can actually edit the ship and stuff. So it's really cool. Anyway, so here inside this little hangar, that's a door by the way, we have it's a car. We have a car. He built a car. It's pretty funny. It's called a Rolls Canardly. You know, rolls down one hill, Canardly get up the next. I'm such funny. It's so funny. Crack myself up. Anyway, let's move on and jump back into my ship. Now we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go over to this. What's this station over here? This is our dry dock. We use this dry dock for repairing ships and stuff like that. You don't actually, it's not actually a functioning station. Like, it's not actually like a real dry dock that actually like repairs your ship for you and stuff. It's just for meta reasons, you know. It's just there. We dock our ship inside there and then fix it if we want to, or, you know, whatever. Currently docked in there, I thought it fitting, because this is actually a Star Trek dry dock. That was actually a model that we imported into the game. But this is currently it's a Star Trek dry dock, so I figured it would only be fitting to actually have the Starship Enterprise in it. Yes, that is my creation. I built that ship, the Enterprise. Now this is actually a scaled down version of the one that the other one that I built. I actually built a 1-to-1 scale version of this very ship, and I'll probably be doing a video on that one of these days. But this one is the one that I have currently been using because it's fun to fly around. It's easy to fly around and use, and So I decided to build that one so that I would have a nicer ship to fly around in. And we're actually probably going to be using this one to go do what I was planning on doing today with this video. The video that I'm going to be doing today is we're going to be doing something that I actually haven't really done in StarMade yet, and that's we're going to actually do a survival video. Well, kind of survival. We're going to build in survival, basically, where we're not going to use any codes to spawn in blocks, and we're not going to do any of that kind of stuff, you know. Because most of the builds that I've ever built, I've always used commands to just kind of spawn in the blocks and stuff. But now there's actually a legitimate crafting system in the game that allows us to be able to actually craft the blocks that we need. And I'm going to go ahead and use that system to, you know, start up a small, a little small empire of blocks and stuff like that. See how far I can get, you know. And, you know, hopefully Apophis and 7th might join me sometime today. They're not on right now, so, but hopefully they'll jump on eventually, and I can get them to come and help me out on my survival planet, which I've already picked out. It's this cool little red planet out in closer to our star. It's pretty cool little star, or a cool little planet. It's really small. It's probably one of the smallest planets that I've seen so far, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. It's kind of a little cute little planet, but I think it's a good spot to start off with our survival. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump out of this ship. Jump out of gravity real quick. I'm gonna go open the door. I'll show you guys the ramp. This is the cool ramp. When I land on a planet, this is really cool because because the nacelles keep the ship at a certain level, the ramp actually like goes all the way down to the ground. So, all right, and I have a little button out here to turn off the ramp. Helps to actually be pointing at it. All right. Okay, so now we'll be leaving this behind. And we'll be heading into my ship. We're going to close the door. There we go. Go around this way. There's the warp core. And we got gravity here. Whee! Boom. And we have gravity here, and we switch. It's really cool because you can orientate these gravity blocks so that you can manipulate gravity. You can have gravity go in different directions and stuff like that. It's really cool. I'll go ahead and give you a tour of the ship before we move on. We have here we have emergency exits going out of the ship. Go ahead and close this airlock. All right, so here we have the core, the faction module. Faction modules, basically, they just allow you to activate faction and deactivate faction, keeping the ships yours. Basically, it allows you to be able to make the ship yours. Alright, down here we have cabins over here. Pretty small little cabins. You get beds. They're a lot bigger than the beds in Minecraft. We just have cabins along this hallway. And then we have kind of a cool little lounge-like area back here. It's the best I could do with the space that it was given. Because literally, like, the hole is right here, and the hole is right here. Like, literally, we're walking on bare hull, practically. Because the disc is only about 4 blocks tall, so... Anyway. Then over here, we have another gravity block right here. I wonder what this does. Alright, and then we come over here. And we're on the bridge. We have a bridge. Yes, this thing has a bridge. It's so small, but yet still has a bridge. Now we got the controls. We got the helm right here. We got the view screen. You know, that's currently not working because it's always broken. And then we have the captain's chair. The captain's chair. It's awesome because I'm awesome. Yeah. Anyway, Captain Ben Hawkins. Anyway, so here we have a few of the actual computers on this thing. We have cannons. We have a missile launcher, or I guess in this case it's our phaser banks and our photon torpedoes. And then we have the jump drive, or the warp drive, which I'll probably be showing you here pretty soon. It's pretty dang cool. Like, it's got a really cool effect. I can't wait to show you guys. Anyway, let's see. And in here we got the med bay. This is the sick bay area. And actually, these blocks can actually help. They can actually heal you. You go up to them and click R, and they'll heal you if you're injured. But you don't really get injured all that much in this game unless you're exploring a abandoned space station. Okay, let's see here. And this is the cargo bay. It's actually the biggest room in the entire ship. It's got a whole bunch of these blocks right here, which are very useful, by the way. Alright, and we'll go back here. And this right here, this is an AI block. This right here allows me to activate it, and the ship will become its own little AI. It will actually be controlled by the computer itself, and it'll fly around and defend me if I'm not in the ship, you know. Stuff like that, so it's pretty cool. Alright, let's see here. We're going to go ahead and jump in the core now. Alright. I want the front there. Probably a good idea to get out of cinematic mode now. Alright, so now, here's the HUD. We have the HUD here. This is how many this is how freaking popular this server is. Look at all those people. Oh, that guy's got some crazy. Alright, anyway. Let's see here. So here we have our inventory. Here you'll have all of your stuff. I actually have all of the default stuff because this is kind of a new character that I'm running on. I figured it would probably be a good idea to do the survival thing with my brand new character. Let's see. You have your laser gun, you have your healing beam, you have your power supply beam, and then you have your maker beam, or maker unmaker beam. I have no idea what that one does. I imagine it makes things. Anyway, then you have your helmet. And then over here you have these blocks that you have to create with so far. Let's see. You have gray standard hull. You have power supply or power reactor modules. You have hyper flux coil thrusters. Basically, they're just thrusters. And then you have your cannon computer and your cannon blocks. These cannon, you place this block and then you place these blocks afterward and connect them to this computer, and then that in turn is connected to your core, which actually allows you to fire. Anyway, then you have your weapons. This ship has the two weapons. Weapons are actually kind of cool because you can actually add a whole bunch of different effects to them and combine them together to create different types of weapons. Like right now, I have a rapid fire. I have rapid fire antimatter cannons and a rapid fire missile launcher. Or no, not a rapid fire missile launcher. It's a locked-on missile launcher. Basically, it's my phasers and my photons. Anyway, and then I have the jump drive. And then we have the shop. This station actually has a shop, so we're able to actually access the shop. And you can buy different stuff from the shops and stuff like that. But really, the game is at the point now where you don't really even need to have a shop anymore. Like, you really don't. You just don't. Because everything is craftable now. You can literally survive out in the middle of nowhere without having to have a shop. Like, literally, that's how it is. Then this is our navigation. Navigation gives you the information about everything in the sector. All the ships, all the stations will be marked on this, and their distance away from you and stuff like that. Let's see, and then of course there's the scan area. Scan history gives you a history of all the scans that you've made. I haven't made any scans with this character, so I don't have any history. Then you have the filter. This allows you to filter out different stuff. Let's see, we want to have asteroids. And, well, no, we don't need turrets activated. We don't really need to have, well, we might have asteroids. Yeah, alright. Let's see. And this allows you to search for your last entered ship. So if I were to get out of a ship, and then I was on a planet when that ship was launched, or when I got out of that ship, and I went around the planet and got lost and couldn't find the ship, that would allow me to be able to help me find my ship. Although, at the same time, though, technically it only gives you the sector where your ship was. So your ship should be in the same sector as you're in. So, I mean, if you get lost in the same sector, then you're screwed. But, okay, so this allows you to access all of the things that are on your ship. If you have turrets and stuff like that, you can activate and deactivate them and stuff like that. This is the catalog. This is actually a really important section right here. This allows you to save and upload your ships. So I can save the ship that I'm currently in to my local client drive, or I can just create a new entry which will save it to the server. And then if I want to upload a ship that I created in single player, then I'll save that to my single player, and then hit the upload entry button, and then I can upload ships that I have in there. I have a whole bunch of them, a ton of them. Look at all that. Oh my gosh, I need to clean that out. All right. Anyway, so yeah. And then faction. Faction is I'm currently the founder of this faction. This is section 42. We have 2 members. Me, Apophis, and Seventh are all part of this faction here. And then look at all these factions. There are tons of them. Tons of factions. Tons of factions. Tons of them. There's so many. But anyway. And then, of course, you have the AI configuration. I can configure my ship to... When it's activated in AI, I can activate it to aim at my selected target or missiles or anything. Then I can tell it to either be a ship or I can have it be a turret. So it'll, and then I hit activate when I want to activate it. Although at the same time, though, I don't think it'll activate while I'm still in the core block. So yeah, I have to actually click R on the actual AI block to actually activate it. So. But if there's turrets on my ship, I can go to structure block and I could go to turrets, which currently there are no turrets. There are turret docks, but there's nothing docked to those turret docks. So, anyway. So we're going to go ahead and undock from the station. Now we are undocked. We are flying out of here. Alright, now we are out of the dock. Okay, so let's go. Oh, I need to find out where that planet is. Go ahead and turn that on. This allows you to be able to see what sectors are actually have a greater chance of a planet popping in. I'm thinking that the planet is actually located right about here. The planet that I'm wanting to go to. I think. I'm hoping, anyway. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and plot path. And then we go down here and we can actually see the destination. Oh, there's the planet actually. So, well, we're going to go ahead and warp to that spot and then we'll fly to it. So I'm going to go to my jump drive. There's my jump drive. And now I have to charge the jump drive. Just kind of hold down the left mouse button. And it charges. It has like a little progress bar there, or a progress indicator. And we're good. Alright, now Mr. Sulu, punch it.